It fits perfectly. Well, good morning YouTube, and welcome back to Retired for Life. Yeah, we've had the power go off a couple of times already, and I think we're going to get another big hit of rain. We sure had a monster come through last night, and you know, that's fine. There were no real high winds or anything like that, just lots of rain, and we badly need that rain. So that's a good thing. But for now, instead of going back up to the shed and continuing work on there, I am going to head into the shop and do a badly needed cleanup in there. Well, here comes the rain. I got back in here just on time. But we're high and dry and we've got power. So I got to do something about this. Yeah, it's getting a little deep. So it's time to stop and clean up. Well guys, here's something I didn't think about for the south end, but it did dawn on me for this side. I'm going to put the siege tower back to use to get the fascia on. Oh, that's going to make it so much easier. A big part of this job is, you know, learning as you go. And this is a new type of construction to me, so it's been interesting to work on and quite enjoyable, and I've learned a lot doing it. Well guys, let's see if it's a little easier now. Well, I don't know, this is very strange. I'm not killing myself trying to hold things in place. Why did I not think of this thing earlier? Holy mackerel. All right, last piece going up for this side. So much easier when you're not worried about falling to your death while standing in a ridiculously precarious position with not enough hands and legs. Now, of course, I don't expect it to fit perfect. This is the fitting process kind of thing. We'll see how it lines up and what I have to do to make it fit just right. What happened there? It fits perfectly. Well, there we go. Got fascia all the way around. I'm quite pleased with that. I'll tell you, if I would have thought of the siege tower, I certainly would have used it on this end. As holy mackerel. That was like 10 times easier. This end, the fascia was just ridiculously easy. Wasn't even a challenge. It just went up with no problems, no issues, no grappling around trying to hang on to things. All right, guys, let's see how this looks. Well, I think that's going to look pretty good, guys. I've only got 3/4 of a gallon, so we'll see how far that goes. Well, that has the roof basically finished except for the sheeting. So we're in good shape. Well, I've been down haying quite a bit, but right now, because we had quite a bit of rain yesterday, we've got a bit of a break. So I'm not sure whether Art is even cutting today, because at the moment we're just in the middle of a cloud break. So I've spent some time cleaning the shop up, and now I'm going to see if I can get our window in. Now, one of the things I did was I sprayed down the outside edges of this window with a ant poison, because I did have a real issue with ants with it. As you may have seen from the original video when this was taken out, the ants kind of made a home in it. Well, put some caulking in around the window, and then I need to prepare my window trim. But first off, we're going to go down and get the screw gun and put a couple of screws in to hold this in place right where it is, because that's just exactly where I want it, and it went in really easy. Okay guys, I think the weather is about to turn against us, so I gotta get this in. The window is in firm enough, so we still need to put the caulking around it, both inside and out, but for now we need to get stuff put away. Well, I hope you guys have been enjoying today's video, and if you have, I'd really appreciate the like, and I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. And don't forget, if you've got any thoughts, suggestions, anything like that, I'd love to hear from you. All right, let's get back to the job. I've got the window in place. I still need to spray foam it. The thing that I started working on in the shop was the frame for that window. As you can see, it's got a white frame around it, but I want it to match the style of things, so you can see the type of frame that's around the shop windows here. So I'm in the process of making up the pieces to do the same thing for that window. So let's get in the shop and I'll show you what I've got here so far. Here's the top of that window frame. Now this is 24 degrees, 23 and a half. So it matches the angle of the roof. So when it's sitting there on top of the window, it won't look odd compared to the angle of the roof. So I just have to get these boards trimmed up and fastened on, and that's the top of our frame. Looks pretty good, I think. And of course the sides and bottom will be very straightforward, just straight cuts. Well, the weather is changing every time I look out the door. It's raining again. Not very hard, but nonetheless rain. So I've got a little bit of trim stain left in this can. I've got all my window pieces cut, so I'm going to stain them first, instead of trying to stain them in place out there, which is always just a very awkward thing to do. So it is a full sun kind of day, without a doubt. So I am doing what I can to do my full sun protection. Okay, I want to make sure we got things where we want them. right, let's get the top piece up here, our crowning glory, so to speak, and we'll see how it looks. I like it. Yeah, I think it looks good. So that angle should match the roof angle. Let's step back and have a closer look at it here. That looks pretty nice. It's starting to dress up the side of the building pretty good, or the front of the building. So this is the face exposed to the driveway, which is, why I wanted to be sure it looked good. Yeah, looks really good. So the next step is the soffits, the soffit boards. But for now, I got to get some of these logs cut. I've got to get to the sawmill. So we're going to go over there and get that area cleaned up and start cutting logs. Well, guys, pretty warm day for chainmail, but got another use out of the siege tower. All the fascia boards are on. I just have to trim up a couple of edges on the front and back. So we're making really good progress. So thanks very much for watching, guys. And if you've been finding these videos interesting, or at least maybe a little bit entertaining, I'd really appreciate the like, and I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. So thanks very much for watching, guys. And we'll see you out on the trails the next time.